Over the last few months we've been developing a tool with industry specialists to help farmers to reduce their emissions on beef farms across Scotland. The aim of the tool is to support farmers in their decision making to reduce emissions once they've carried out a carbon audit. The tool in the first instance is focused on beef systems, but we hope to expand it to all other systems in the coming years. Now we're going to go and speak to George Baikie, the SRUC Farms Manager, to see how the tool can be applied on the farms.
Yeah, I suppose carbon auditing is a language that all farmers are progressively getting more used to doing. The first carbon audits, we just saw them as numbers, but we've started to work quite a lot with the action points that come in this. So behind us there was the bull beef and things like that. But I mean, progressively, as we start to chunk it down a wee bit, we need more and more access to tools to actually focus on the various things that we can and can't do and find information to try and help us with it. Aye, the industry's advisors to the industry kind of a duty of care to us now, I think. I'm not quite sure duty of care you describe it as, but we need a bit of guidance as to what the next steps for us are like. I mean, we're just farmers, so therefore we need expert advice as to where the next steps are. We're taking the steps that we can. We now understand we've got a number. How big the number is not really important, it's how we get the number down. So we are looking definitely for methodologies of pulling it down further. I mean, personally, I've a bugbear. I need you all to speak the same language, and that all systems need to come out with the same answer. But fundamentally, there is a number, and we need to reduce that number, and we need to deploy different ideas, different thought processes to do that. And I need to understand where do I go to find that information, whether it's online or as it calls some of you guys up, I'm not quite sure, but we do need access to the next steps, because we've taken the easy steps in most cases, or probably we're better than that, we're probably further than that. First step was want something done, as in getting a number, go through the there's low-hanging fruit, we've probably picked up some of that, we're probably in the next phase of that, and the next phase is again, and for me it's looking at grass and again clover and legumes and grass, and how do I actually tie that into a sensible system with some of the restrictions I might and might not have, and that's for me, it's about fencing, watering, but it's also about how you actually get the clover and things into the systems, and what other legumes out there to be used, again, in terms of making silage and stuff. Because I mean, we're already making quite good silages. I really wouldn't want to spoil them by, I'm not going to spoil them, but again, how do I improve upon what I've got already? I suppose my appeal for this would be that it's not a one-size-fits-all for everybody. There's different answers for guys in Norfolk as there is for East of Ross, as there is in the West Coast. What we need is some sort of way of cataloguing, finding resources that are useful, and for us to be able to follow that down, so that we've identified here that grass and use of legumes and clover stuff is really important for us, multi-species. Where would that fit in the business, and where do I find the information on that? Whether it's variety choice, or I mean, my concern actually is about how do I break up fields to make paddock grazing a bit more sensible when you have bigger groups of cattle, how you handle water troughs and all this kind of stuff. But it's to follow that through. I fully appreciate the information is out there, but we need, I haven't got endless time to go raking about looking for it. I need an easy source of finding it.
We know that there's loads of resources out there to help farmers to reduce their carbon footprint, particularly in the beef sector, where there's a lot of scrutiny at the moment in how farmers should reduce their carbon footprint. So what this tool can do is help signpost farmers and land managers towards the resources that are already out there to help them make a decision on their farm to reduce their carbon footprint. If you've just completed your carbon audit and would like to take action off the back of it, please visit the Farm Advisory Service website where you'll find the tool.